Hello everyone, welcome to our April recording of our Hatha yoga class that we run at our studio in Macclesfield. Today's routine is going to be 3 exercises as always. They're all going to have a bit of a strength focus this time. So we're going to be focusing a little bit on the strength of the shoulders, the core obviously, and into the hips as well. So all you need as always is just a little bit of space around you and we'll get going. So first thing we're going to do is come onto your back. You want your feet flat on the floor with your knees bent. And you want your feet to be around about shoulder width apart. Okay? We're going to have your hands just down by your side. They're just there to give you a little bit of help on the balance side of this. Don't want to be pushing down through them at all. But our first move is a bridge. So from here we're going to just bring the hips up high. We want to try and draw a straight line from our knees through our hips up to our shoulders. And then we should come back down again. So we're going to do this with control. We're slowly peeling the spine off the floor. The chin is tucked towards the chest. And we're trying to use our hamstrings and our glutes here. What can happen sometimes when we're doing this is you'll feel a bit of a tightening down the back of the legs, maybe a bit of a cramping sensation. If you do get that, just go ahead and do a little bit of a hamstring stretch and that'll take some of that tightness away. So I'm just going to do one more here. Good. Then we'll come back now. So you can repeat, and there's lots of variations to that move as well, which we perhaps will go through in future months. But for now, I'm going to show you the next exercise that I'm going to offer you for this month. We're going to come onto your side. I'm placing my left hand on the floor. I'm going to come up into a side plank position. So at the moment we've got our knees on the floor. This is our first option. We want to draw a straight line again from that knee all the way up towards the shoulder here. We're not allowing the hips to lower and we're not kind of pushing up too high either. Just holding that nice strong position, and this part of the tummy should be working really hard to hold that hip nice and high, and obviously the shoulder's going to be working as well. We're going to take your spare arm, reach it up to the ceiling, and we can just hold that there. Just try and create as much length as you can from the hand on the floor to the hand up on the ceiling. And if you want to progress this a little bit, what we can do, I'm just going to shimmy up a little bit, is we can extend the legs to come up onto our feet. The same rule, we're in a nice straight line all the way up to the chin. Arm reaches up high. And we just hold that there now. So this is obviously a little bit tougher, certainly on the shoulder that's holding you up. But you can certainly move in between the two. And if we want to progress it one more level, we're going to lift that leg up high as well. Okay, so I'm going to lower down from there. Bring the hand out and softly onto the floor. One more exercise we're going to go through this month. It's a bit of a combination of a few different moves all put into one. It's a really good move to go through to create a little bit of mobility through the hips and the spine. So what we'll start off doing is by coming into all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tuck the toes under and lift your tailbone up high. So what we want to do from here is let the head pass through the gap between the arms. Try and get the heels as close to the floor as you can. Don't worry if they don't touch down. Your muscles might not be ready to let you do that just yet. But from here, this is the start of our sequence. We're going to bring the body weight forwards. So we're coming into a plank. Then we're going to start to slowly lower ourselves down towards the floor. So by doing that, we're tucking the elbows into the side, slowly, slowly controlling that lower. Pause just off the floor, and then let yourself come all the way down. With your hands, you're going to now push the head and the chest up high. Trying to keep your hips as low as possible. And we're arcing through the spine, creating a bit of a gap between your shoulders and your ears. It's really tempting just to let everything collapse. Try and get some length in there. And then when we're ready, we're going to lower back down. Elbows tuck into the side still. Tuck the toes back under. Push yourself up to all fours. And then the tailbone goes up high once again. So we're going to go through that just one more time. We're starting off here, and this is a downward facing dog. We don't need to worry about the names, but I shall walk you through it anyway. Downward facing dog here. Bring yourself forward into plank. Straight line, hopefully you can see from my ankles all the way through the knees, the hips, up to the shoulders and the head. Lower yourself down. Almost onto the floor, just try and pause for a second if you can. And then lower down. Untuck the toes. Push yourself up high. This is cobra that we're coming into. And again, lengthen. And then we lower back down. And you can repeat that sequence as often as you like. You can walk through it 2, 3, 4 times to start with, and maybe add an extra time for every day you do it for the rest of the month. See how you get on with it. Guys, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next month for a few more exercises. Take care, bye.